Yo, what is up guys, YoViDz here and welcome back to another HALLOWEEK video. Now today is the 31st of October, which means it's Halloween. And today we're gonna take a break from playing games. What we're gonna do right now is something different. It's something that I've always wanted to do ever since I was a child. And it has something to do with this. That's right, we are going to carve a pumpkin or make a jack-o'-lantern. This has always been a dream of mine since I was a kid, growing up watching cartoons and stuff. I guess it's safe to say that I've got a lot of Western influence because of the things that I grew up watching. But today a dream is gonna be realized and I am gonna be carving my very first pumpkin. Now this is a video I've always wanted to do for a while now. I just didn't have the time or the resources to find a pumpkin, but apparently they sell these bad boys at SM supermarkets, and boy can I tell you, they do not come cheap. Since they are not locally grown here in the Philippines, because we don't have autumn season, they are imported from, I think this one is from America, and this is actually not that big compared to what people usually use for carving pumpkins. I still have the price tag on. Let me just show you guys how much. It cost me around 977 pesos, or that's close to $18 or something. This has got to be my most expensive video yet. Okay, so let me just move the mic over. Yeah, I think you can hear me if I speak loud enough, hopefully. Or else this would be a fail. First, we need to take the insides out. So first thing we need to do is we need to cut this section off so that we can get all the pumpkin inside. Take it out, and we need to hollow out this pumpkin first before we can start carving. So just go ahead and take all the stickers off. Okay, this is quite hard. Alright, stickers are off. Next thing we would want to do, or you would want to do, is get yourself some type of bowl or something. Then ready your knives. You also need a spoon so that you can hollow out the inside of the pumpkin. I think this table is sturdy enough. I'm not sure. I'm also doing it in my bedroom. I originally planned to do this in our kitchen, but what's not here to film with me, so I'm actually filming on my own, and it's really hard without a tripod. So I just realized that I forgot something. You would also need a pencil or some kind of marker so that you can draw the face or make lines. But yeah, I'll just do that later. First we'll need to take this off. So here I have 3 different knives. This one is for carving. This one also. This one is for taking off the lid. You'll need a smaller knife so that you can be more accurate when it comes to carving, because you'll need precision. And this spoon is for taking out the pumpkin. But I feel like I'm gonna torture the pumpkin or something because of how I'm aligning the knives and such. I think I made it too deep. Maybe I should here. Oh shoot. Well, this isn't starting out good. Di siya pantay. Well, me and my knife skills. God, I need help. Okay, there you go.
Nice.
So you'll need to save this for later because you'll need to put this back. Here's what the inside of our pumpkin looks like. So we'll need to hollow out this pumpkin, but pumpkins are naturally hollow. Man, this is weird. Look at that. Okay, so here's where our spoon would come in handy. You just need to go like this. Ugh. God, it's so slimy. I did watch a YouTube video or a tutorial as to how to carve pumpkins. This is the way that they recommended it, so that's what we're trying to do here. Also, growing up, I loved eating pumpkin seeds. I'm not sure if this is edible. I think you'll need to cook them first. Bro, I'm tired. Again, pumpkins don't naturally grow in the Philippines. What we do have a lot of is squashes. Weeks before, I was thinking that if I wasn't able to find a pumpkin... Maki! So a lot of you guys don't know this, but we actually got a dog. He turned 2 years old recently. It's always been a dream of mine to have a dog. We've had pets before, but we didn't have them, or we didn't keep them because our family is asthmatic. Is that the right term? Or we came from a family that suffers from asthma. So a lot of pets are not hypoallergenic. But yeah, now that we're all grown up, we handle it much better now. Let me show you guys. Maki. Hello, Papu. Alright, so he's a curious little fellow. I have him here in the room with me because my siblings are away and there's no one to care for him. You wanna come here? So I'm trying my best not to spill some of the pumpkin in the floor because he might eat them. Though I believe dogs can eat pumpkin. I think it would be okay, but raw pumpkin, I'm not too confident. So you might be seeing him in my videos from time to time. I'd love to include him more if he wasn't such a pain in the ass. He doesn't listen most of the time. He has his own mind, and we actually spoiled him when he was little. Man, the insides are tough. Might not show, but it's really hard to get the insides of the pumpkin out. Some of them are just stuck in there. Gross. So as you can see, it's quite thick. In the video that I watched, I wanted to thin the insides a little bit so that it would be easier to carve the pumpkin. And that's what we're trying to do right now. I'm trying to get as much pumpkin meat before I carve. And to make use of the whole pumpkin also, because there's a lot of dishes that you can do with pumpkin. Like pumpkin soup, pumpkin pie. Man, I would go for those right now. And I'm not sure if you need the whole pumpkin for that, or if the innards are enough. No, not yet. So I'm really curious, how about you guys? Have you ever tried carving out a pumpkin before? Or do you guys celebrate Halloween? Again, in the Philippines, we don't really celebrate Halloween. We celebrate a different tradition. It's called All Souls Day. Don't get me wrong, we still have a lot of horror films and stuff that we got going around during Halloween season. We don't celebrate it that much. What are you gonna go as this year? Because I remember the last time that I went to a Halloween party, I dressed up as Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother, and I went as his iconic Halloween costume that he wears every year. I think it's called the Hanging Chad. It's a reference something about an election. So yeah, the story behind that is that Ted, every Halloween, he dresses up as the same guy as the Hanging Chad, because the first time that he went and dressed up as a Hanging Chad, he met this beautiful woman who was wearing a slutty pumpkin costume, and then he never got her number and he wanted to meet her again, and he just goes to the same party every year, dress up the same guy, hoping to come across the slutty pumpkin. Yeah, those who watch How I Met Your Mother know what I'm talking about. And I actually love that series. It's one of my, if not my favorite show of all time. It's just a freaking goldmine. You know, you learn a lot about life, relationships, and such with How I Met Your Mother.
It's gonna be legend. Wait for it. And I hope you're not lactose intolerant, because the second half of that word is dairy.
I think we're almost done. This is actually fun. It may not look that fun from what you're seeing with me because I'm tiring myself out. I am not in the best physical shape of my life, but yeah, it feels like the past few years. Not sure if it's from my perspective only, but once you grow older, you realize that some of the traditions are not being followed anymore or not celebrated. Like, again, given here in the Philippines, we don't celebrate Halloween that much, but other traditions feels flat. I'm not sure if I'm the only one. Doesn't feel like what I used to when I was younger. But I guess that's just part of growing up, you know. You see things from a different perspective, from a different point of view when you're growing up. But things like this, like carving a pumpkin, this would be a great activity to do with your friends and families.
A few moments later.
I think it's looking good. I think we did a good job. Just look at all this pumpkin that we got. Kind of looks like mozzarella. We'll need to get this refrigerated so that it doesn't go bad. And this would be our dinner for tomorrow. Next step would be to draw the face. Okay, now we have the eyes. I switched from pencil to ball pen because pencils aren't that effective, or you can't see that much. You can't see the outlines that you're making. Yeah, you can always erase it. If you made a mistake, you can just wash the pumpkin with a wet cloth and start over with your outline. Important thing is you get the symmetry right so that it doesn't look weird. Okay, I think that's okay. Now we just have to add the mouth. Okay. Alright, so once we're done putting the outlines, now we'll start to carve. So I'll use this knife first, just to poke holes, and then I'll use the smaller knife to make more precision cuts. Let's start with the eyes. I hope don't mess this up. It's still hard though.
That's what she said.
Okay, so we removed one piece of the eye. You just want to take out a huge chunk with the bigger knife and then finish it with the smaller knife. And I actually don't know the history behind the jack-o'-lanterns. Like, was this like, how did it started? Why did it originate? Like, was it to keep off evil spirits, or was it used to act like some kind of scarecrow, like scare mechanism for animals or stuff? If you do know the lore, Matt Pat reference. Yeah, if you do know the lore, feel free to comment down below. I'm really curious to know how this tradition started and why they do this. Okay, we have two eyes. Now let's move on to the nose, and then we'll do the mouth last. Now, since the nose is quite small, I think I can use the smaller knife. I think the nose is good. Now let's move on to the mouth. Mac is looking at me like all confused and such. Is this your first time seeing a pumpkin too? Well, you and me both, buddy. I mean, I've seen pumpkins before in pictures, but this is actually the first time, again, that I've seen one in real life. And I was really lucky too, because when I went to the supermarket, I only had 2 of these kinds of pumpkins left. All the others were just decorative pumpkins, you know, the small ones. I'm really lucky to have one available this late in the season. Maki, what are you doing? This is what I got to deal with, man. All of our pillows, all of our stuffed toys, destroyed. You do you, Maki. You do you. Ho ho ho! Gotta be careful with the knife, kids. It's really hard to make cuts with the bigger knife. Not sure why. But again, make sure that you'll be very careful, especially with the parts near the teeth, because you don't want it breaking off. Although if it breaks, I guess you can always attach it with a toothpick or something. Maybe I should use the smaller knife. I think it does a better job. Alright, so let's see how we did. Yeah, that looks great. We just need to make a little more cuts, make sure that we match the outline. Again, remove little by little. It's all about patience. It's also good that Maki is preoccupied with the stuffed toy, so it's not bothering me that much. So I said, I'm really satisfied with how it looks. Yeah, not bad for my first pumpkin. I'm gonna go ahead and get this cleaned out and we'll see how it looks like with a candle. And then I'll be displaying this outside the house.
Two seconds earlier.